It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Talking Rocks Cavern. Explore the beauty above and below ground at Talking Rocks Cavern. And the Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Good morning to you. Hope you're enjoying the cool of the day. You may want to stick your head outside. It's about as cool as it'll get.
It felt like 90 degrees at 5 o'clock yesterday morning.
Probably this morning, too.
Feels like temps. Yeah. I wasn't out there this morning. I wouldn't know. But yesterday morning, I looked at it because I was standing out there and I thought to myself, this is supposed to be the cool of the day. I'm very confused. What time is it? Are we in the AM? Are we in the PM?
We're almost through it. We're almost through. A couple more days. We'll be fine.
All right.
Let's do some news.
All right. An 18-year-old man from Cassville is facing multiple charges following a stabbing this past Saturday. Police in Republic responded to a house where they say Matthew Wittenberg had stabbed a man. Fortunately, officers arrived when they did because the officer was able to quickly apply some much-needed pressure to the victim's chest wound, possibly saving his life. Wittenberg is now facing a host of charges, including burglary and assault. Authorities believe the two involved had been drinking and arguing leading up to that stabbing. Meanwhile, another police officer is no more a police officer. 38-year-old Nicholas Brasser was with Springfield Police Department. He's now on 2-year supervised probation for a domestic assault in 2021. Authorities say a woman said that he tried to strangle her after they got into an argument after drinking in Springfield together.
Okay. We know it's hot outside. I think we've established that as if we needed to. You can feel it yourself. Even so, the city of Nixa says they'd like for you to voluntarily conserve energy. They think that'd be great so that the power grid doesn't become overloaded as it's working overtime to keep everyone cool. So Nixa is asking residents to cut down on energy use between 2 and 8 p.m. Monday through Friday as this heat wave continues. They recommend raising your thermostat to 76 degrees and don't use the oven during those times for sure, or any other heat producing appliance. So you don't have to tell me twice.
It's interesting that Nixa sent that out, but I feel like we should all take heed to Nixa's advice. Everybody do your part, regardless of what town you live in, because they're right. I mean, I remember rolling blackouts in California not that many years ago because of the power grid. So there you go.
Well, I've already been doing that to save money as much as I can.
We often do that to save money. It has nothing to do with the temperature outside. I am happy to have married someone who likes to save money as much as I do. So, but yeah, when I read that, and there's more to it, talking about like, if not, then this could happen, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to live in the what if, but I'm just saying it happened in California not that long ago. Look it up. Rolling blackouts because
California is a disaster. Let's get that on the record. So we're not California.
Stop.
But yeah, point taken. It is a disaster. But anyway, the heat wave's almost over. We just got a couple more days. Meanwhile, over in Republic, the city is asking residents to conserve water after a water well there failed. Second largest producing well in the city, so it's a big deal, likely out of service for at least a week as they work to fix it. So the city is asking people to minimize washing clothes and dishes, as well as taking fewer showers and baths, if possible, and hold off on irrigation on the lawn and filling swimming pools if you can. That is in Republic.
Yes, in Republic. I will gladly stop washing clothes and dishes.
In Republic.
Unfortunately, I'm not in Republic, but yeah.
We live in Springfield, yeah.
This is an interesting story from Branson. Saw this one online. The city apparently passed an ordinance signifying support as contract talks continue between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Branson Lakes Area Tourism Community Enhancement District. Say that 3 times fast. What those talks are about, apparently, is that Branson is potentially being aligned with the Chiefs as the Chiefs' official vacation destination.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is early on in all the details. Don't ask me questions yet. I don't know. But it could happen, is what I'm saying. They're talking about it. There's some money.
And there's
talks.
a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance. Name that movie. Anybody?
You do this every time. It's Dumb and Dumber. Everybody knows that.
Thank you. And then you would start to see Branson and its logo talked about and seen alongside Chiefs stuff, which would be pretty cool. I can hear it now. I can hear Patrick Mahomes saying Branson is my official vacation destination.
Where are you going? After you, Patrick Mahomes, you just won the Super Bowl. Where are you going? Branson. Instead of Disney World.
It's funny.
That probably costs a little more to get him to say Branson at the end of the Super Bowl when they ask, where are you going? But
yeah,
that'd be cool. Good for Branson.
I know. I'm excited about that. So we'll have to see how it plays out. All right. Speaking of the Chiefs, by the way, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce are now investors in the Chicken and Pickle food and entertainment concept. Chicken and Pickle is a restaurant. There are 8 locations already, 7 more to come. The first one opened in 2017 in Kansas City.
Yeah, I've never been. Have you?
I never heard of it.
Some of the soccer team occasionally goes when we're up in Kansas City. So I've heard them talk about it, but I've never been.
You've never been? Me neither. So yeah, maybe we'll have to go
check it out. Yeah. We told you about Yellow Corp's bankruptcy recent weeks. Some 30,000 people suddenly out of a job as the longtime trucking company just shut down. Well, that bankruptcy's turned into quite a bidding war now. Estes Express, based in Virginia, offered $1.3 billion to buy Yellow's trucking terminals. And we just saw a big one of those in Kansas City, big complex. And I told Griff, I said, hey, that company just went out of business. Old Dominion then saw that offer, stepped up an offer with $1.5 billion offered. So a lot of movement there, a lot of money going to be changing hands. No final decision yet on who is going to take over Yellow, but maybe somebody. Looks like.
All right. A local church in Marshfield is teaming up of sorts with Choice's Pregnancy Center by giving them land to build a new facility on. That's pretty cool. The center says they need more space. And with that, a $1.7 million project is underway just a few miles from where the current pregnancy center sits. Choices does ultrasounds, maternity resources, parenting classes, similar to the one in Springfield. They do that as well, the Pregnancy Care Center. Anyway, Choices has about half the money right now, they say, but they are asking for the community support to help them grow. So there you go. Choices Pregnancy Center.
Building campaign is underway. The Springfield Cardinals are back at Hammons Field this week. It's a hot one. They're hosting the Corpus Christi Hooks for the second to last homestand of the season. That's hard to believe. That makes me sad when I think about it. It's the second to last baseball homestand of the whole year. And then it's going to be a long time before baseball and warm weather again. All right. At any rate, the excessive heat is pushing back the start times. Games delayed 30 minutes because that'll do the trick. After it's just funny. I mean, it'll help. It'll help somewhat, but it's still going to be warm 30 minutes later. All games are starting at 7:05. I appreciate the attempt. Gates will open 1 hour before then. Fans want to get there early. They are allowed to bring with the heat wave in a sealed 20-ounce bottle of water with you if you head out to the ball yard. Sit in the shade and hope for the best.
Yeah. All right. If you'd like to give back, Crossline's Food Pantry in Springfield could sure use your help. They are looking for volunteers at the food pantry. Crosslines takes volunteers the 4th Thursday of every month. So head out that direction. Also this, Around the Ozarks, which is us. We have your chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Wild Animal Safari in Stratford.
Oh,
so
cool.
You can go, meet the animal kingdom in Stratford, Missouri, right off I-44.
Yeah.
Drive through Animal Park. And it should be awesome. So go to aroundtheozarks.com and click on at the bottom of the page. You'll see where it says enter to win. And it's for Wild Animal Safari.
That's super cool. I imagine the animals are loving this weather. It's warm.
Yeah, this is right up their alley, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. They're used to it. Yeah. And
it's always cool out there.
It's always cool to see wild animals. It just is. Just, you've seen them on safaris in Africa. And,
Several. I know, it's wild.
it's amazing to see them, because you see them on TV, but then they're 30 feet from you or something, and it's unbelievable.
If
So
I,
good for them.
I need to post this. I need to find my video of when we drove up on a lion that had just killed some food. And our safari driver acts like he knows how lions behave because he's a safari driver. I'm like, no, sir, no offense. I'm sure you're good at your job, but you're insanity. We were so close to it and it raised up on us. And I spoke in another language and I was like, blah, 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 like, get us out of here. It was terrifying. I have it all on video and now you're making me think about it and I should post that again.
You'll have to post it.
Actually, I don't think I ever posted it because it was a little disturbing. Listen, I don't mean to be dramatic, but I'm telling you, I actually was like, today's the day that I meet my maker. It is.
I mean, eaten by a lion, that's a pretty cool way to go. You know what I mean? Now, that's
and I had a
obviously
child with me. I don't remember which child.
And just to be clear,
friend
Sarah
and
is
her
talking
child.
about an actual safari in Africa where this happened. This does
Right.
not
This
happen
is
at
not in Stratford, Missouri. No, this was
the,
in the
wild animal
Serengeti.
safari in Stratford.
Yes,
It does not
this-
happen there. You're very safe. You
Yes,
don't have
this was
anything to worry
actually
about
in the
there.
Serengeti that Toto sings about.
Yes. But anyway, you can see very cool animals on the safari closer to home. You don't even have to travel to Africa to see the same thing Sarah saw and to be even safer. So enter to win the contest.
There you go. All right. Happy Wednesday, folks. I hope you have a great one. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. Don't forget the advice of the doctor. Small sips all throughout the day. No guzzling all at once, thinking that you're going to solve your problem.
I just stay inside and I'm fine. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And tell your friends. And we hope to see you right back here tomorrow morning.
Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Here's your host, Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Wednesday. It's hot out there already. We are starting the day with temperatures in the 70s across the Ozarks, upper 70s for many of you. So when it's nearly 80 degrees to start, you know it's going to be another hot one in the Ozarks. Also, hasn't it been kind of gross? Every morning there's been like this condensation on the outside of all the windows and the doors. The humidity is just totally insane. I cannot remember a summer in the Ozarks where we had this persistent high humidity around the Ozarks that lasted for such a long time. This is a major, major heat dome that we are dealing with, and that's going to be the focus of the forecast today. You probably could have guessed it. It's going to be hot again. We have excessive heat warnings for all of the Ozarks once again today. It is going to be another scorcher. Now, actual temperatures won't get close to the triple digits today. We're in the upper 90s. However, it's going to feel more like 110 to 120. So those records that we've been setting and breaking across the Ozarks, in fact, the other day, 122, the feels like temperature in Springfield, that's a new record for us. And we're going to get close to those numbers again today. Brutal heat, not much relief from the south breeze. Not a good day for outdoor plans at all. Again, heat index value 110 to 120 today. That's going to allow these excessive heat warnings to persist. All of the Ozarks under these excessive heat warnings. So it's a good time to remind you the signs of heat stroke. Be smart, drink plenty of water. Make sure that if you are outdoors every 10 minutes, you're consuming some water. It's so easy to get dehydrated in these conditions. Catch some shade if you can. The breeze won't help us out much today. I have a south breeze only at about 5 miles an hour. So not much relief there from the little south breeze that we're going to see either. Rain, it's going to be hard to come by. We're getting nothing today. We have such high humidity. It almost feels like it could rain. I mean, the air is so wet. We have the moisture, but we're just not going to get that forcing mechanism that allows us to release the moisture from the air. That won't happen for us for a couple of days. Rain, really difficult to come by. In fact, when I'm looking at some of the models, even through the weekend, I have some small rain chances that start to sneak in here by Saturday and Sunday. I mean, it's a really small chance, and the lucky few may get about a half inch through the weekend. Consider yourselves lucky if you see that, because I think even the weekend rain chance is really hard to come by. talking like 30% chance of rain. So it is not going to be widespread by any means. I'm not expecting a whole lot in the way of rainfall all the way through the early part of next week. But what I do have in the extended forecast for you, this is the good news. Cooler temperatures are ahead. We are going to suffer through this incredible heat, just like what we have out there today. That's going to persist through Friday. By Saturday and Sunday, we start to see the numbers come down a little bit. But boy, this is one that we are sweating it out through. We have temperatures that are going to be near the triple digits and then heat index values near 110 all the way through Friday. By the weekend, we start to see a bit of a pattern shift, the big ridge of high pressure that's bringing us all the heat and humidity. It's going to start sneaking back to the southwest. That will allow some cooler air into the Ozarks. In fact, Sunday, we could have some folks in the low 80s. So that will certainly feel good compared to the 96 that I have for you on this Wednesday. Temperature tonight only falling back to the mid 70s. That's really part of the problem. We never cool down much in the overnight hours. So we start with a nice warm temperature, just like what we have this morning. We can heat it up in a hurry. Heat index values into the triple digits through Friday. We start to see some relief. By Saturday, I have us back to the low 90s. By Sunday, we're in the 80s for highs. I have a chance for rain. I told you about a 30% chance for rain in the forecast by Sunday. It's not going to be everybody, but we will see some cooler temperatures that arrive, and it looks like they stick around for us next week. But wow, such a scorching hot start to the new school year. Weather around the country, well, Harold making the big headline yesterday, making landfall in Texas, that tropical cyclone bringing some heavy rain to portions of the state that really needed the rainfall. Of course, we never want it all at once, but we'll take it however we can get it. So that's happening in South Texas. We've seen the heat dome continue. That's going to stick around for the Midwest, the upper Great Plains, all the way to the Gulf. That's what we're dealing with through the end of the work week. And then for the Southwest today, the southwestern portion of the country, potentially more flooding there as remnants of Harold scoot on to the west and get closer to the mountain range over there. It could provide some more rainfall for portions of Nevada and Arizona that, of course, got soaked with Hillary over the weekend. So those are some of the headlines weather-wise happening across the country. I will show you the brain twister question from yesterday because I know you're all very curious. Here's the question. This was yesterday's, and I picked a kind of a cool question because it's so hot out. Why not think of something that makes us all feel nice and cool? Skating rink. What does the figure in figure skating refer to? The options were A, the skaters themselves, B, the poses that skaters make, C, how well they end their jumps, or D, the geometric shapes that they carve into the ice. And the answer is D. It's those shapes that they carve into the ice. This was news to me. I've watched, of course, like the Olympic trials and when the Olympics had figure skating on, one of my favorite things to watch. Amazing what they do. But the figure in figure skating meant actually those shapes that were in the ice. And previously, that used to be part of the judging. They are actually judged on like how perfect was the circle that they made. Was there an actual figure eight that was left on the ice? The elimination of that judging from competition actually happened back in the 1980s. Those shapes no longer judged on the ice. It's more about the athletic ability and some of the freestyle moves that figure skaters make now. It was actually seen that those shapes, making the perfect shapes on the ice, made the figure skaters themselves look pretty awkward because they were trying so hard to make the perfect edge to their circle, and it really limited the amount of jumps and turns and twists that they could do because they were so focused on the shapes that they were carving into the ice. I just think it's amazing that anybody can stay upright and do some of the stuff that they do. So I guess figure skaters were pretty happy about the elimination of that part from the scoring, but it's something that I'll pay attention to now, definitely a little bit closer, watching the Olympics, because I didn't know that the shape that you actually leave on the ice can be controlled. It's kind of amazing to me. All right, here's the question for tomorrow. What is the most stolen food in the world? Do you think it is A, cheese, B, fresh meat, C, chocolate, or D, seafood? That's the brain twister question that I will answer for you on Thursday morning. I look forward to talking with you all then. Thanks for listening this morning on Wake Up Weather around the Ozarks today. It is going to be hot. You heard it here first. Everybody stay cool. Make sure you're staying safe out there too. And I will chat with you early tomorrow morning.